Hi everyone, today we are going to be creating an email blast to send out to the association, so everybody that's in the MLS. So the first step in this process is to go to the H suite. We're going to be looking for Email Marketing Plus, otherwise known as ActivePipe. So I like to think about, well, I'm marketing a property because we're going to do a just listed email blast. So I'm going to go to my marketing here and I'm going to click into that. And then I'm going to be looking for the one that says Email Marketing Plus with ActivePipe. All right, here it is right down here on the left-hand side. So when I click that, it's going to open up a window into my ActivePipe dashboard. Now, if you haven't done anything with ActivePipe before, or if the admin hasn't sent something on your behalf, your dashboard may look empty, and that's okay. We're not going to get into reading all of the analytics from past emails because that we could really get into the weeds there. We're just going to focus on creating an email blast. So on the menu on the left-hand side, you're going to click the second one down that says emails. All right, again, if you haven't done anything before, there may not be anything down here below. But we're going to start fresh, and we're going to click the green button on the right-hand side to create an email. Up will pop lots of templates that are available for you to use. So if maybe you have an upcoming open house for a property, or you have to do a price change or a price adjustment, or you're going to use what we're going to use today, which is this just listed template. So I'm going to simply click that template, and it's going to prompt me to enter a name for this project. So for this property, I'm using an active property, which is 16 Highview in Hamlin. And I'm just going to title it also as just listed, so I know which email it is at an easy glance. And then I'll click continue. The first thing that we're going to do is be prompted to create a subject. This is the line that comes up in the email as the subject line. So almost everybody will say just listed, and I'm going to put in Hamlin. Exclamation point. Maybe you can come up with something a little more eye-grabbing, or opportunity in Hamlin, or rare find, or this is where you kind of put on your marketing cap. Okay, so once you've picked your subject, now we need to take a look at the email itself. Now it's created in all these little different blocks, but we're not really going to mess around with moving things around or changing a whole lot, just inputting the information for your listing. All your photo and your title and your contact information will all be automatically imported into these pink zones here. So you don't need to do anything with this block. We're just going to focus on this just listed block here for our listing. Okay, so once I click onto it, I then get this blue bar at the top. That way I know I'm working inside of this box here. Okay, the first thing I want to do is pull in all of the listing information, because I don't want to have to sit here and retype all of this stuff when I can do it easily. So you click this little house in the bottom right hand corner, and up is going to come a search. All right, simply in the search area, start typing the property you want to start working with. So I'm going to put 16 Highview and search for that. And here is the property. So 16 Highview Drive in Hamlin. So I'm just going to select that by clicking it. And now you'll see that all of the information has updated from the MLS that it pulled the information in from. Okay. Now I do have the opportunity to change this. Perhaps we're no longer on delay negotiations, or we're not using them. If it wasn't a just listed, maybe it was a market price adjustment. Whatever the situation, you can make adjustments simply by clicking and changing the information. Okay. Now, most people send out just one exterior view, but perhaps I want to pull in a few more and have a few more options. You can click this little white box over the photo, and you're going to get a dialog box that says you can select an image layout. So I'm going to choose one that has 3 photos in it, and those are going to auto-populate from the MLS. Now, if I click one of the photos, I can go in and choose whichever photo from the MLS I want to utilize. So maybe I want to have one of the kitchen, and now it'll change. Just give it a second to update, and it'll put the one from the kitchen in that spot. There it goes. Okay, so let's say I've made my photo selections and I feel like I have everything the way I want it to be. There's one step that most people do not take the time to do. It's this view property details. Now, if I were to select this box, so you'll get my blue line here, and now I click the edit button. When people hit that button, it's just going to take them to howardhanna.com. I don't really want people to go there and start searching because that sends them into somebody else's world potentially. I want to keep them in the world of Adam Clock. All right, so I want to change this URL, which is simply a web address that when somebody clicks a button, they're going to go to. So if I was sending an email to people, I want them to look at it through my own portal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a new window, and I'm going to put in here and go to my IDX page. So adamclock.howardhanna.com. Now this isn't my listing. If it was, I could simply go to my listings and work it that way. However, I'm doing this for someone else. So I'm just going to simply search for the property, 16 Highview. There it is in Hamlin. And then it's going to pop up the page that says 16 Highview Drive. Here is the listing, but now it's presented by me. So if somebody were to click here, they're going to stay with everything being referenced to me. So I'm going to come up here to the top, and I'm just going to simply copy this URL into my clipboard. All right, now it's going to go, I'm going to go back to my ActivePipe. I'm going to remove the link that's there, and I'm simply going to paste in the one that I just pulled off from my web page. So that way, I'll click continue. When somebody presses view property details, they're going to go to my website. Now, going to the association, I don't think we need to worry about this quite as much, but again, if they want more information on that specific property, it would make sense that it actually goes there. So if you're using it to send to your sphere and it's saying just listed, you definitely want to make sure you put your link in there. Okay, now let's continue on as though we're going to send it. So I'm going to come up here and save the work I've done so far and click the blue button. You'll see after it saves that a third option will pop up in between the preview and the share. You can always click on the preview. It'll view a preview, or you can have it emailed to yourself so you can see what it looks like when it comes in. But let's say I'm ready to go and I'm just ready to share, and I'm going to do a quick send. So I'm going to select quick send. Now comes up a dialog box, and you're going to have two things that you're going to want to input. The first one is, who am I sending it to? The default is to have all your contacts off. Now, if you have, if you're sending this just listed to your sphere, you can simply start typing whatever in your Engage CRM, how you have people bracketed. So for me, I have a green category, so I could then start typing green, and now there it's going to go to my green category, and I can mark it to all my folks. Okay. But let's say I'm just doing a general email blast to the rest of the MLS. There are two ways to get to it. You could either start typing MLS, and you'll see MLS Rock come up, and you simply click that, and you'll see it's going to have 2,300 emails that it's going to send to. I'm going to clear that. The other option is to go to Browse, and you'll get a dialog. These are the tags that I've added over in my Engage CRM, or I click Audiences, and there's the MLS. So if I click that, click apply, the same 2,300 show up there. Now, I can click the blue button and send it right now, or I can write down here, schedule it for a specific time and date, and fill out that information. And then once you've done that, this will turn blue again, and you can send the email. That is the easiest, fastest, simplest way to send an email blast. Thanks for joining.